Hey, WokeNFree Nation, Newsly is an audio app for iOS and Android. It picks up web articles about the most trending topics on the web at any given moment and reads them to you in a natural human voice.
For the first time in the history of the internet, the entire web becomes listenable. Browse articles from topics you choose and start playing. Stop scrolling, start listening.
You can follow any topic as specific as you like, from sports, science to Bitcoin, or even one of your favorite celebrities. It will find you the latest articles and read them to you aloud.
And they have podcasts as well. Explore trending podcasts from over 50 countries. Our podcast, WokeNFree, is there too.
Now let's get into the episode. Hi, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 325th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week, our episode is entitled Merry and Bright on a Budget, 10 Holiday Saving Tips, because 'tis the season to spend money, but also save it. So before we dive deep into the subject, a couple of things to cover. First, have you gone to WokeNFree.com, not only to listen to the episode, but to download it? If not, please do so through the Podbean app. Why? Because that's how you can put in your comments, and we'd love to hear your thoughts and your money-saving tips for the holidays. Additionally, if you listen to podcasts on a device where you can't put another app like the Podbean app, then we would love for you to go to WokeNFree.com, go on the Listen tab, and then pick your platform of choice where you'll listen and subscribe to the show. So you'll find WokeNFree on iTunes, TuneIn, Stitcher, Google Play. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Pandora. It's a WokeNFree world where most podcasts are consumed. You will find our show, so definitely do that. On the Podbean app as well, through WokeNFree.com, you can click to subscribe to follow the show there. And on social, we'd love your engagement on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at WokeNFree. And then lastly, if you haven't reviewed the show, we'd love to hear how the show is feeding into your life. So best place to do that, go to WokeNFree.com, go on the Listen tab, and then pick your platform of choice where you'll give us your review. Thank you in advance for your 5 stars review. What do you think now?
I think that before we start the conversation, we'd like to share a little bit about ourselves. This week we're asking, do you like scary movies based off a true story?
So I love a good horror. I think horror that actually is validated in facts seem even more scarier. So I guess my answer would be yes, but to some degree. So for instance, if it's a horror, but it's like about an exorcism or a possession that's actually based on a real story, like, yes, but I'm, like, scared to watch it. Just putting that out there.
So my answer is, I have to think of, like, scary movies that I like. But, I mean, I might say no, only because if you base it off of, well, it depends. Like, if you try to stay too close to the story, then you can't do some, like, fun stuff with the movies. So I would say that I like the movies that are just made up, because then you have, like,
no limitation.
Yeah, they have creative freedom and they can go wherever they want with the story. Kind of like Halloween. I mean, you can do what you want with Michael Myers compared to with, like, the Texas. But I mean, you know, it's funny.
They do elaborate.
I know sometimes they just get way off track, because even with the Texas
sure.
Chainsaw Massacre, like, that was the
he
movies.
Didn't do all that.
The movies were a lot different than the real thing. Yeah, they added so many things that are true. And then same thing with Amityville Horror. Yeah, that's so changed. Yeah, that's different than the
such a great movie series.
Though. So I mean, I think you get more creative freedom when you don't base it off a true story. But most scary movies that are based off of true stories are they change it so much anyway. It's so different.
Yeah.
There's not 10 tips I can say for the best way to watch a movie, but
yes.
We do want to give you the top 10 saving tips for this holiday season.
All right, let's break it down 5 by 5. So for me, what I have found that I think would be really helpful for WokeNFree Nation is First, folks should use their cashback and reward programs. We're about to invoke ours as well. So for those of you who have credit cards, or shop at stores that give you those types of reward programs, now's the time to cash in on those rewards that you've earned all year long. Why? Because it could save you from having to actually buy a separate gift. Instead, you could use those points and rewards to turn those into gifts for others, which means less money out of your pocket. So that's a number one saving tip that one should use.
And you can stack that too. So if you earn money off your credit card, points on your credit card, and then if you sign up for their free membership, or sometimes it's paid ones, but try the free ones, you earn points too. So you could put that together to really save money.
Absolutely. All right. Next tip I have is the DIY gifts and decorations. So always remember that gifts don't always have to be purchased. For those of those people in your life that really would appreciate something a little bit more personal, a little bit more custom, then you should think around DIY gifts and decorations that you can do for your home, as well as for those loved ones that you are going to see this holiday season. Why? Because if someone purposely does prefer something more personal like that, then why are you going against the grain? Why are you not giving people what they want, right? So make sure you're using your skills to create unique items for those loved ones. Next.
But you got to be careful, right? Because there's my pro tip would be, one of the gifts to not give is a hand-drawn picture of the person that you're giving the gift to.
Unless the receiving person would love it regardless, right? But if the receiving person is going to be like an art snob like you, then
why are you bringing me into this?
Because it's always about you, Khalil.
No, I'm just giving
That's why
tips.
you threw the shade in there. So I just wanted to throw it all the way back.
No, I'm just saying, be careful, because some people get offended by stuff, so you got to be careful. I'm just saying. Some people will get offended.
One of your greatest gifts ever received was something you snuffed at and thought was horrid.
You should have said all that.
Exactly.
That's not a fair thing to say.
Exactly.
Like me, it's just a general. Like, some people don't want to get a picture of themselves.
So
they don't
there
want
you
that
go.
for a gift. If
Exactly.
they express that they're into that kind of stuff, then
they're into that kind of stuff, like some kind of weird side life.
No, because some stuff you can surprise people with, and it'll be a great surprise. But that one's risky. I'm just saying, it's a risky endeavor.
So that's why I preface it by saying the receiving party has to want this and actually maybe even articulate it, right? That way you are crystal clear that this is a person who doesn't need something from a store, but rather would like some poorly drawn artwork. So,
what about those handmade pottery things?
Or something like that.
But I'm saying, can you get that for people, and that's okay?
If they've expressed that that's what they want.
Oh, you can't just get that, even if it's done
but
well.
they can put it in the trash.
But even if it's done well and it looks pretty professional.
But if they would prefer Amazon, that's an offense.
But they're trying to. This is not saving money, not about keeping people.
Well, then at least preface before you give the gift. Then
what's the preference?
That I had no money this year, so this is. I went a little bit different with your gift.
See, that's wrong.
You should give people the heads up. That way they know that whatever they're about to open is exactly not what they want.
Oh, that's wrong. If you made a handmade gift that's still useful, I don't think you should have to preface anything.
I think you should preface it. If the person is consumerism oriented and you come in there with some type of
it's a pot.
And
it's a clay pot that you made by hand and you put in your own oven.
But if the person wants something from Bergdorf's, then you
can write that in the pot. You can carve that in.
Copyright infringement, yes.
You could say it's not made by them, but I know you wanted that.
Not
you could write
made
that on
by.
Yeah, and just put whatever label is, so it's very clear. See, and that's just as good.
Another tip for the holiday season to save money is to limit your gift exchanges. So, for instance, if you are a person who spends a holiday with like 20 people in the room, instead of feeling like you have to buy a gift for everyone, maybe you do a Secret Santa or you do a gift exchange limit for within your family or friend group. That way, no one is feeling overwhelmed or feeling like they can't provide given their circumstances and or financial planning that they're dealing with. Next, another really nifty tip is cooking at home, y'all. I know it's super, super exciting, the idea of going out and having holiday dinners and brunches and Starbucks and all these wonderful things that one can eat at and drink. However, this adds up, and this is the time, if you are thinking about saving money or just limiting how much you spend this holiday season, cook at home, you would be surprised how much more economical it can be. And also you can make it a fun activity, especially for those who are coupled up or you're looking to have a date night. Then, your partner to be brings half the supplies needed, you bring the other half, and you cook at home and you open up a bottle of wine and have fun with each other, and see where it goes. And then last tip is to make a shopping list. We have found this to be really helpful for us. Because I am the one who loves to splurge and he is the one who doesn't, that it is easier to try to limit yourself if you actually go into stores with a list. I mean, it doesn't necessarily work on me, but it's an idea one can try.
Wow, it's a suggestion.
Yes, it's a suggestion, and you can try it. And that way you can focus on buying only what you need, not just what you want, which is where I usually live at when it comes to store shopping.
Wow. Okay. So those are your five tips? All right. Well, my 5 tips consist of, the first tip is to use price trackers like Camel. If you go there, you can track.
What kind of lies and fairy tales are you talking about?
What do you mean lies and fairy tales?
What is Camel? It sounds something perverse.
Yeah, but it's a website, so it'll track items, the cost over time. Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
I don't use it every time, but for certain stuff, if I really want to get it cheap, I'll check there, because I think there's some items that are just tracked already that you can use, but if you want to track specific stuff, you can make an account, and you could, you could put an Amazon item, because the problem is you go to these websites, and they have prices that are supposedly marked down, but it's marked down from when? Like, sometimes it'll say 20% off, but if you go back, I don't know, a couple months ago, it was 40% off, right? And the price varies throughout the year. But Camel will show you that roller coaster of pricing, so you'll know if you're actually getting a deal or not. So definitely look up price trackers, and you could start off with the camel.com. Second tip is wait until after the holidays to buy items for yourself for even bigger discounts, because after the holidays, they're trying to get rid of stuff just to clear out for new shipment or new items that they put on shelves for the next year. So if there's things that you want specifically, you could just wait till after the holidays to get it, then you'll get a big savings.
Right next to the Valentine's Day.
Yeah, you can get that stuff, Easter items, whatever you want.
That start popping up all the way in the dance. Excellent.
You could get but it's stuff that they have to clear out all the old stuff. Items, everything. So they like to do that. Then the next tip is to remember to check the clearance aisle or the web page, because websites do have clearance pages that have all their sales.
That's a good tip.
So look for that too. The next tip is consider open box items. I mean, sometimes these items are actually in good condition. They're not used. They just were open but never used at all.
A mess. Yep.
So make sure to consider that. Just be careful if you're going to give these as a gift, because sometimes open box items are missing stuff, so you don't want to give somebody a gift.
In one breath you said they're fantastic, and the next breath they're missing stuff.
Only when you try to give it as a gift and you didn't think about it, that's when that happens. But if you thought about it, usually everything will be there.
Okay.
So it's just everything happens in your mind.
Wow. That's a really interesting statement. Okay.
That's how you control
the viral moment for this episode.
That's how you can control the situation.
In your mind.
Yeah, you can control it, because that's how it goes. That's just the laws.
As opposed to the Matrix, yes.
Exactly. The last tip is don't forget to check user marketplaces like eBay, Etsy, and Facebook Marketplace for deals, because you can get some good discounts there, and you can get new items there too. It's not just used. Yeah. So make sure to check that.
Absolutely.
Now, why do you think it's important to have a more budget-friendly holiday season?
Because Americans spend too darn much during the holiday season. It is more about how much we spend than it seems to be really about the most important things during the holiday season, which is spending time with the people we love and care about the most. And we just get so caught up on I gotta get the best toys and the this and the that, because a part of us is probably trying to buy our love as opposed to experience our love with others.
You don't think it's just people helping the economy?
That, but also just hey, we haven't talked all 6 months. Maybe I'm gonna buy a really nice gift, and maybe the next 6 months will be better. Some people try to buy their love, right?
Wow.
And it's not gonna work. Not gonna work. But people do. So some of the reasons why you actually should make this a more budget-friendly holiday season is, first, financial stability. Most people are not independently wealthy, nor do most people have endless money. So because of that, that means your bank account is actually finite. So the actual expenditure on money for holiday gifts is meaningful because that's a reduction from your assets. And unless you have unlimited assets, then you need to pay attention to how that number is declining and how much it's declining. Especially for those who are thinking about buying homes or trying to elevate your wealth, spending $12,000 for the holiday season is a big no-no. Next, there's a lot of financial stress, especially for those who are not necessarily even in a position to have a bunch of holiday money spent. The holiday season seems more stressful, and it makes sometimes people be a bit more bitter when they don't really need to be, right? Maybe they can listen to this episode and like, woof, I'm going to do a couple of these things and make this holiday season a little bit better. The next couple of tips I would say is remember what's important. Is it the gift that you got from this third cousin, or is it the fact that you got to like spend at 2 hours drinking, what's the things that we love to drink? Is it the Baileys or what do you like to drink?
What I like to drink?
Don't ask that question.
What?
Because like in my mind I'm thinking coquito, but we're not Puerto Rican, so like it's not that. But like the what's our thing that we do? We do the what's the thing? It's the eggnog with the rum in it. That's what we do for the holidays.
Just eggnog?
I guess so. Yeah.
That's what we do?
I don't know. What is it, coquito? What are we drinking?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out.
Okay.
Is it something special?
Is it just that?
Isn't it Poland Spring?
Water. I can't hardly stand you there, really. You said Poland Spring Club?
I'm trying to think.
Hardly stand you in your foolishness. Get away from me.
Something like that, right?
Oh, okay. Coquito it is, then.
Oh, I don't know.
So that's what's more meaningful, to spend time with your favorite cousin or your friend that you don't spend enough time with, or your mom or dad who you haven't seen all year, right? Like, it's the people who at the end of the day, you want to think back on how many more Christmases you have with them, and did you spend the time spending it with them, or were you so stressed out about trying to get them the perfect sweater or the this and the that, and at the end of the day, they would have really rather just a really extra 30 minutes with you this holiday season. So make sure you focus on what's most important.
All right, for me, I just gonna keep it real straight up, is that if you overspend during the holidays, then when the new year rolls around and that last drop of eggnog is gone, you're gonna start fretting over your bills. You're gonna say, whoa, I actually forgot I gotta pay this stuff. I gotta pay to live. I gotta pay to have electricity. I gotta pay for water. There's all these things I gotta pay for.
Yeah.
And I thought water was supposed to be free in life, so I didn't even think about that. But
someone
then I got the
lied
bill.
to you, I think, yeah.
I got the bill
Someone
because the local water facility plant is actually charging me.
Because, they
all
need to
that
make
comes
money.
up.
Yeah.
But there was a time in life when they didn't do it, so now you're surprised. Like,
Are you talking about when we didn't have paved roads?
No, that used to be a provided service like that, and
it was
you were
free
charged.
at some point.
Yeah,
wow.
there was a point where the homeowners didn't get bills.
In America?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It was, yeah. But people don't realize it's an actual
Everything
precious commodity. No, but it's not even about the money. It's a precious commodity, because I think before nobody cared about it because it was like, oh, we have a lot of it.
A lot of it, yeah.
And it was easy to.
Too many of us now, so. Yeah.
And
too much polluted water. Actually,
yeah, I think there's just a lot less to go around now because all those factories that are made, they use water too. So
yeah,
it's the usage problem.
Absolutely. So I guess what would you say is your best advice when it comes to enjoying the holiday season on a budget?
I would say if you can, the first thing you want to do is find out what the person actually wants. That's
That's awesome.
best thing you can do, because you don't want to get somebody something that they hate, because then they'll associate that with you, and that'll be the feeling they'll feel that every time they see it before they get rid of it or throw it in the trash.
When they look at you, yeah.
Yeah, so you just got that. I would say just try to figure that out first, because you might think that everybody likes cash, but it's not actually true. Some people want a more personalized gift, and if they're that person, you should try to
meet them where they are. Yeah.
And I know you said you hate the people that if they wanted a Gucci bag and you got them a clay pottery gift, they'd be mad. But
that would really suck.
I mean, what you could do is get them a picture of a Gucci bag, right? You took some photos.
So you're better off not giving that person a gift then at this point, because to really mock them is not funny, Khalil.
No, but you got different angles though. All right, what if you actually 3D printed it?
You're so mean.
What if you went to your
the time you're spending to do all these shenanigans? You could have just got them what they wanted.
No, but the Gucci bag's expensive. I'm talking about.
So then just give them a card that says, "I had no money for Gucci, but I love you."
Oh, you could find that. See, well, what if you make a card even?
Oh, God.
And you draw the Gucci bag on it.
Is it from a child? I only accept hand-drawn cards from children.
Oh, man. Oh, that's a thing you think. That's
for me, at least.
Oh, you think it's not acceptable
unless
for an
you
adult
are
to make
an actual artist, I don't want a hand-drawn card.
And when I say hand-drawn, it's not literally, it's like you make it on a computer, like with a Microsoft program.
Oh, well, yeah. I thought you were talking about, kind of messed up faces and
not
missing
with, crayons or something.
That's what I'm saying. That should have come from a child. I mean, that's...
If you get your colored pencils together and
exactly.
say, I'm saying you designed it on the computer.
Oh, yeah, that's
good typeface and everything.
Sure.
And then the only thing that's different is, it's folded. It's
that's fine.
It's not on
as long as
stationary.
it looks professional. Otherwise, don't give it at all.
All right, so so you can be okay with it as long as it's just not.
But again, this isn't about the Natasha show, so.
but
give whatever the card you want to give y'all.
Okay, see, so they can. It doesn't necessarily.
Yeah, just don't give it to me. Give it to whoever you want to give it to.
So they might be able to give them a card with a picture of the Gucci bag, or
if you want to get slapped, that's your business. I don't know.
Or
what
even
you're
just to make it more general, a card with a picture of the item you didn't buy. Is that okay to get?
I think that's garbage.
For you, that's garbage.
I think that's total garbage. Don't give me that. I'd rather a card that says, "I didn't have money this year. I love you."
But do you think Malcolm would go for that, or not really?
Are you talking about a character on television? I can't speak on behalf of fictional characters, Khalil.
I'm just asking a question. It's a yes or no.
I don't know about them. I don't know what you're talking about. Are you talking about something I should be knowing?
You don't know Malcolm X?
You're defaming the dead?
I'm not defaming. I'm saying, would he accept that kind of gift?
I personally I didn't know him, so.
Okay, so you can't tell me. You can't just say maybe he would take it.
I think he would prefer an actual gift, to be honest.
Okay.
He seemed like a distinguished human, so.
So that's if you're undistinguished if you take a...
I'm not going to go down that road, no. I'm just saying, if you seem like a real person, you seem a real person wants a real gift.
That just seems wrong, just because... You took time to make that gift still, to make
How about
the card.
this? Would you want that?
Well, it depends on who it's from.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like, I wouldn't want that from Bill Gates, right?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
That's how I go.
Oh, okay.
But the gifts that I get, it actually depends on the person.
Nice.
I look at who you are and say, could you have done better? That's what I think. But
you're so judgmental.
But just think about it, though, because think about someone who just got out of college. Are you going to expect the same thing for someone who's retired and living on their yacht? I mean, really? Is that what you're going to expect?
But they both can come at you and say they have no money. So that's what I'm trying to say. People will surprise you.
I know they will.
In the best of ways and the worst of ways.
Yeah, but there's something called consequences too, right? I didn't invent that, but it does exist, doesn't it?
Thanks for the clarification.
I'm just putting it out there.
Exactly.
So.
All right, my best advice would be, again, I anchor around time, meaning for those of you who know can cause havoc for others, please don't during the holiday season. Don't insert yourself and ask people questions or try to engage with people who don't want to engage with you and ruin their holiday season. And then on the flip side, if you know that you have a great time with people, then anchor your holiday season around spending time with people that you enjoy. Don't just see people to see people because you're supposed to see people, but you really don't enjoy that time, and it causes more havoc in your life. Like, really think about your holiday season, the limited time you have on this earth, and try to lean into spending time with people you enjoy and vice versa.
All right, I just gotta ask this because you can't just throw that out there and leave it there. But so, what if somebody's trying to mend a relationship? They shouldn't try to do that over the holidays.
I think it's a selfish thing to do during the holiday season, because just because you want to do that doesn't mean that the other person's ready to do that. And if they really want to mend it, then they don't mend it on their time, but they actually reach out prior to the holiday season and say, I would love for us to have, a conversation during the holiday season. Don't just spring it on the person, right? Like, let's not try to meet people where they are, not meet people where you want to meet them. That's selfish and narcissistic in nature, which I know a lot of people suffer with.
Yeah, okay, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Just give somebody a heads up.
Yeah, give them a heads up, and then that way they'll be able to tell you, if you try to meet me, I will call the police on you. Or for those who are open to such things, then they will share their interest in that.
Okay. Here it is. It is time for scenario. Time. Scenario 1. Rodrigo wants to drive an hour away to a store that is having a sale on a few items he wants to buy for his family and friends. Should he make the trip to that store to save money?
Ah, what a great question. As someone who recently drove far for holiday shopping. I can't stand you.
I like how all these you try to relate to yourself. It's like, it's very interesting.
Did I not tell you most people suffer with narcissism?
It's true. Everybody, it's always about the person. They're like, how does this relate to me? It's like that song that Janet did. I bet you think the song. I bet you think that song is about you. It's like that.
Absolutely. I would say that as long as the person enjoys driving, as long as the person actually did save money and was able to get good gifts and wanted to actually get those gifts for those people, then yes, that seems like a reasonable thing to do. But if the person hates driving, is actually getting gifts for people that he can't stand, then no, he should not move forward with that plan.
And then I should add, you said driving, but what if this person has to take the bus or, pilot his bike to the store? Is that still acceptable?
It's only acceptable if he enjoys that type of form of transportation. If he doesn't enjoy that type of behavior, then no, one should not do that.
Okay, that's an interesting take. So what I would say is, I didn't know if you would touch upon it, but I'm gonna think about what is the sale that they're having there. Meaning, are you saving 5%? And you're going an hour away? Is that 5% worth you going an hour away rather than just paying 5% more for someplace nearby or ordering online? I would say look at the savings. If the savings isn't worth it, then don't go. Because I don't get it. It's like save 5% to save 10% or to lose 10% going there. You're not saving anything. Gotcha. So I'd say try to look if you're actually saving enough money versus how much you're spending to get there. Now, if you're piloting your bicycle, I think, that's good because you're working out. So it's sweat equity.
And they're carrying these gifts on this bicycle back?
You could get one of those Nomad backpacks. So that you can stuff all the stuff in there, and then you could get luggage that's meant for Harley Davidson and try to stack that on your bike.
Excellent.
So probably what you'd want to do is go to like a Home Depot or a hardwood store before, buy yourself a 2x4 and nail that onto your bicycle. Because then you can mount the luggage on the side of your bike.
This is getting quite elaborate down below.
Because a 2x4 don't cost. Have
you ever seen someone with this type of contraption?
Well, in America or in a different country? Oh, well, you see, why do you add that?
Because we live in America.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. You can learn stuff from people in other countries. They're very creative.
Exactly.
See, Americans wouldn't think that way, but it's a true statement.
Of course.
It's true.
I concur.
And you know what you could even do? Like maybe you want to buy yourself like a lawnmower engine and put that on your bicycle. So then if you want to, but then you don't earn that that workout sweat that you could get. But if you wanted to, that could save you some money too. This is actually good when you think about it, because I'm thinking about how to save you money. I'm saving you gas money. I'm saving you. I'm not saving you time.
Nor sanity. So
this is a little more complicated. I'm saving you gas money here, though. Either way, there's a savings. You save gas money. You save on the items, even though it's further away. And then, you could save on a gym membership, because if you do this, every week, then there you go.
Exactly. Why have a gym when you can just do this and die after?
Well, I don't recommend doing this in a blizzard.
Okay.
Like, that's one thing I would say. If it's a blizzard, it may not work out well.
Fine.
I don't know how far you're going to get.
Excellent.
I mean, you could get those big knobby tires for your bicycle.
Knobby tires.
I'm telling you, there's things you can do. I'm not saying I'm doing any of this, but it's all suggestions. That's what I'm saying. That's all it's about.
Wonderful. Winter wonderland it is.
You know, if somebody does it, they need to give me credit.
Exactly.
Scenario 2. Dusa found a website that is offering an expensive electronic for 70% off. Should Dusa buy the item from this website?
Oh, what an interesting question. So, because it's so vaguely stated, and you've stated it that way, it makes me think that this seems like a scam. And because of that, I'm going to read into that and say no. But if there was more qualifying information, like this is a reputable website, that this person will actually be able to receive the gift and also not lose money because their credit card or information wasn't being used inappropriately thereafter this purchase, then sure. But without more information, no. I would say that to me does not seem like a viable option.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, we don't know what website this is, so it's most likely a scam. And then the second thing is even when you're purchasing online, I would just suggest always use a credit card. Don't use a bank account. Don't use a debit card. If you can, use a credit card, just because they offer better protection than your bank. Your bank, even though, if you tell them a site was fraudulent or scammed you, they will give you your money back, but during that time, you won't have access to any of your funds. Your credit card, though, they can take care of that right away. They're used to dealing with scams and fraud. But so go with the credit card. If you don't have one, I mean, I guess you can get one of those prepaid cards or something, but I would never put in my debit card on a use of one of these websites. Like, I would always credit only. Scenario 3. Vasily got a newsletter from her favorite retailer that listed a few of the items on sale. Should she purchase her holiday items from there because the email says they are on sale?
Again, you're reading this in a very interesting tone. So, I would say what would be key here is to click into the newsletter and open this and see for theirself if these holiday items are in fact actually on sale. And then if it is her favorite retailer, one would presume that she hasn't been scammed from them before. So thus, if she arrives upon the website and sees in fact that these items are on sale, then she should be good to go to get the items, as long as one can afford these items and they will be shipped on time as when she needs them. Then it's green light.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I agree with that. The only second thing I would add is that if you can get these items from another website, just do a price check again.
There you go.
You don't know if that's the best deal you can get. So
there you go.
Make sure to just check some other, because that doesn't take that many clicks. You can get that all done within a few minutes. So
that's a great point.
Maybe you could open up another tab and put your windows side by side and just see what's going on between the websites.
Absolutely.
Or if you're on your phone, I mean, I got to show you how to do it, but you can open two apps and then have the one app on the
side
bottom.
By side.
Or side by side, and you can compare it as you go. So that's kind of a tip too. You can have two apps open and look at the same two items on different apps to see who has the better price.
Absolutely. And with that, as you need to heal, we are at that time again. It's coming to the end of our 325th episode of WokeNFree. Okay, Grandma.
Wasn't that the ghost from Amityville Horror?
Are you identifying as a ghost today?
Why would I be? I'm asking you that voice.
The voice came out of your mouth.
Oh, but you've seen Insidious.
Are you claiming to be possessed? Exactly. This was quite the episode discussing, entitled Merry and Bright on a Budget, 10 Holiday Savings Tips. We hope that you have a wonderful time this holiday season, shopping, but most importantly, saving money, and then even more importantly, spending time with those that matter the most to you. And with that, what should folks do now, Khalil?
Come back next week for the new Woke and Free Wednesday episode. And make sure you follow us on social media to follow along in the conversation. And make sure you tune in next week for Woke and Free Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
Absolutely. If you'd like to submit a topic for consideration for an upcoming episode, you should feel free to hit us up on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That's WokenFree.com. And again, we'd love for you to engage with us on social media. You'll always find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, Pinterest, and LinkedIn at WokenFree. And all sponsorship and collaboration queries, best place to reach us, our Contact Us page at WokenFree.com.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do share the episode and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for Woke and Free Wednesdays. Remember, Woke and Free is more than a podcast, it is a way of life. Till next time.